when you haven't got good understanding of your elbow energy.
Yeah.
If you haven't got good understanding of your elbow energy, you feel as though this is weak, so you're always doing that.
Using your hands, yeah.
You get into a fight situation, somebody will contact you. They'll laugh, and you'll immediately do that type of thing, which immediately allows you, leaves you open. Rather than possibly being able to use the bouncer if I'm pulling in. The whole idea, as soon as you've got that, and you get yourself into a position quickly, you can then, whatever, if it's not, you can either step in with it to pin this way, or even if I'm pulling down,
still use it.
You can use it, because what you do is just come straight forward, and you can use that energy.
In position kind of thing.
But what you've got to be able to do is have this understanding of a bouncer. Yeah. You can't just lose that. But if you train with somebody who's always pulling your arm down and you're always going to that point, then later on you'll not bother with it. Yeah. So when you get to a situation where there might only be a slight pull down and and there's a gap there that you can just fire straight underneath or come in with the elbow or whatever, that might have been the one chance you were going to get in the fight.
Yeah, you've lost your opportunity.
You've lost your opportunity. You haven't responded in the correct way that was allowed to you. Okay, if it's pulled down heavy, then you have to use the Tjwc.
Yeah.
Again, remember that the Tjwc comes from the shoulder. It doesn't. When it moves out, it moves to protect your centre line.
Right.
The idea of protecting your centre line is not being on the centre line. You've got to cover across it. That's why it's the same when I've always used to do tan punch. When I used to do teach tan punch is a drill from here, from the shoulder out. From the shoulder out. So I'm covering the inner gate area, I'm covering my body.
You've got your defence.
Again, we're looking at this inner gate, outer gate. Inner gate is basically your body.
Yeah.
So you're stopping your body from being hit. That's your inner gate area. Outer gate area is just outside your body. Again, there's no specific mystery behind what's inner gate and outer gate. It's just in relationship to your body. You know, it's just that's it. No need to get it complicated. So again, the other night we're doing Tjwc. In our lap, you don't use that hand there.
Just lift this up.
That hand wants to be more there.
Why? Because I want to be covering.
You want to cover your centre line. You want to cover your centre line. If you've got your hand there, it's not in relationship to your centre line and my shoulder here.
Yeah. You punch through that.
Yeah. Then you have to use a pack. And you get hit with that one.
That's right. I haven't got any cover.
You haven't got the cover. Whereas from here, if I come in this way, you go across there, and I no longer have this line in because you can just drop down, and have that.
You've got the distance down as well.
So what we're looking at is methods of protecting your centre line. So when we're actually doing Tjwc, then you lap, I come to here.
Come up to it.
I cover my body with a tan set. I don't go to my centre line and then go out. Punch. I want to be centre line and out. Punch. I want to be the outer gate bound. I want my body boundary and protected my body.
So you meet the contact rather than going some other direction than me?
No. I protect myself. I'm not interested in your arms. I'm interested in protecting me. But what the interest I've got to show in your arms is the fact that I've got to
cover yourself.
Understand where your arms are coming from, the alignment. Where my hand is in relationship to the arm coming out. So if you put both arms out, if this arm's there, I just have to go to there. If that arm's out, I have to go to there. It's different alignment at different points of view. It's a different thinking point. I've got two lines into it, which I've got to cover. I've got to cover both of those.
Yeah.
I can't just cover one. And this also helps you when somebody actually does this idea of doing this sneaky thing of more like a man cell that can cut up the middle. Because if your hand's on your centre leg, that can cut up into it. Even if you're trying to get the bong sow up, if your Tjwc sow's there, it can just come straight up the middle.
All the lines open.
Rather than if it's goes to the shoulder, I still can't, so you go down, your hand's going to there, even if I'm coming out, I can't get inside it. So it's this idea of understanding your position, and again, what you got to remember,
Tight position.
tight position. Understanding your elbows, where your elbows are, and using and feeling with your elbows. Tight positions. Get there quick, make a decision. Get there quick, make a decision. Get there quick, then you can make a decision what to do. Whether you're going to come in with the elbow or whatever, whether it's been taken, whether something else, whether whatever, I don't know. Then you can make that judgment. If I do pull down and about a punch, then you can.
Well, I wouldn't be coming down just because.
What were you talking about before? On the other side. It was on the other side. That doesn't make any difference.
I'll move over there.
Okay, but that's a decision that you're going to be able to make.
I'm going to feel the change and then do the technique.
Yeah, then you can sort of change and come down with whatever. Yeah. So if it is taken that way, then it's different.
Yeah.
You can't say what's going to happen. All the possibilities from the lap. I mean, say the lap could be taken, could be taken backwards.
It's not going to be taken according to how you want it to be taken.
So you can't say it. What you were saying earlier on, there was nothing wrong with it.
Right.
I.e., sort of from this position, if I pull down and threw a punch, you could step across there.
Yeah.
But that means that I don't know what I'm doing as far as pulling's concerned. That means that I don't know what I'm doing as far as technique's concerned. Otherwise,
you wouldn't be given the opportunity in the first place.
Yeah. But I say the variations are, if you lap, pull down. I can change around. There's many things that I can do.
There's all them other options in between.
Yes.
That one technique.
It's not just one. It's not just like a specific thing. You've got to understand the positioning. And it's like with the lap on for me like this. That's why I don't like fac, because it is weak. If the person knows how to use a bong sow.
Yeah. And get it up pretty quick.
If he doesn't know how to use a bong sow, then a fac sow is very, it's bang, it's very fast.
Yeah. And you can't get it up quick enough.
If you can't use the bong sow well, then a fac sow is useful.
Yeah.
But it doesn't maintain the sort of control that you should have when you're actually coming through here. Because even there, you got your bong sow up, but you can't gain control of my elbow. Not like if I was in this position. Yeah. If I'm in that position, then I haven't got the structure to pull down. What I do is I draw there.
Yeah.
And you haven't got the structure to lift up through that.
Not through the strongest point there.
So we're looking at the structures of the hand positions. We're looking at the importance of the structure rather than anything else. Yeah. We're looking into the theoretical perfection of technique. It's not relying upon whether I can sort of go and hit you because I can do it fast, because I've got a more experience than you. That doesn't prove a technique.
No.
What proves technique is correct positioning and structure, and the theoretical perfection of it. Just being able to hit people is not what Tjwc is about. It's understanding how you can, with control and through position.
Right, with all the other qualities inside.
Yes.
It's not just about hitting over things that link up, the understanding of that.
Not just making techniques work, understand how techniques work, and also not just that understanding, but how to develop and all the different variations of that technique.
Yeah. And
understanding when certain things happen, when it's strong, when it's weak, how you can make something work, when it won't work, what to do if it does. Right. And these are all the aspects that you've got to sort of try to get inside to learn about, to feel and develop.